I'm Caitlin, and I'm speaking to you about Yellowstone National Park and the supervolcano that is underneath it. Okay, so Yellowstone's world-famous natural history is marked by such colossal volcanic events that their reflections in today's landscape are difficult to grasp and impossible to take in at just a glance. The features of Yellowstone National Park result from great explosive eruptions and profound collapse of the ground, enormously thick lava flows, and extensive faulting, and the erosive power of flowing water and ice. For more than a century, geologists have discovered and analyzed evidence of the dramatic events that have shaped the land here. When combined with growing knowledge about how volcanoes work and the never-ending motion of Earth's surface, the evidence tells a remarkable story of the Yellowstone landscape. Okay, so tell a brief history about Yellowstone and how the supervolcano formed. How the supervolcano formed. The features associated with Yellowstone were caused by a volcanic hotspot affected by a subduction zone. A mantle plume, which is a localized column of hot magma rising by convection in the mantle, which is it's connected to the Earth's core and it comes up. So that's how the magma chamber all is located underneath Yellowstone. It's just big old magma, just all under there. So it originated to the northwest to the northeast of Yellowstone and is being sucked southwest into the subduction zone caused by the Pacific plate. So there's plates in the Pacific and the subduction zone. One's going like underneath the other, and yeah, okay. The term supervolcano implies an eruption of magnitude 8 on the volcano explosivity index, indicating an eruption of more than 250 cubic miles of magma. So a regular volcano wouldn't be anything compared to what a supervolcano like Yellowstone, if it were to erupt, it would erupt 250 miles of magma. Like that, that's the surface area. So Yellowstone had at least 3 such eruptions, one at 2.1 million years ago, one at 1.2 million years ago, and another one at 640,000 years ago. And that was the last one that has erupted. So they were 6,700. No, the first one was 6,000 times larger than the May 18, 1980 eruption of Mount St. Helens in Washington State. So 6,000 times. Because Mount St. Helens was like nothing compared to what, if this one were to erupt in our lifetime, it would be devastating. So, the last time Yellowstone supervolcano erupted was 640,000 plus years ago. The Yellowstone eruption area collapsed upon itself, creating a sunken giant crater or caldera, 1,500 square miles in area. So, the magnetic heat empowering the eruption and the 2 others dating back still powers the park's famous geysers, hot springs, fumaroles, and mud pots. So all of those eruptions still have an effect on Yellowstone right now. So that's 2.1 million years ago. That's a long time for it to still have an effect. Yeah. So and here is a graph of Yellowstone hotspot upper mantle magma and heat source. How the Yellowstone caldera formed. It has it here for you. So I'm pass that around. Okay. So, and here we are. We are going to second part explain what the effects would be on Earth and the environment if the Yellowstone supervolcano were to erupt. Though scientists are mixed as to whether it will erupt next week or in the next 10,000 years, there is one thing that scientists do agree on. If it did erupt, it would push much of Earth to the verge of extinction. When the supermassive supervolcano erupts, everything in the vicinity of 100 kilometers around Yellowstone would be completely destroyed. It would wipe out everything. The explosion would leave the majority of the North American continent below ash. So, the whole United States. We wouldn't get like as much ash as like the surrounding area of Yellowstone, the upper states, but it would affect us. Yeah. So, plume, which that's when the eruption, it's all the gases from the magma in the chamber, rises high into the atmosphere, then releases sulfuric gases, which will mix with the Earth's water vapor, which could then launch the country and other parts of the globe into a volcanic winter. So basically what that means is because of all the ash in the air, it would kill all of our plants, all the animals, because when you breathe in that stuff, I mean, it's like it's glass. That's what ash is. It's all the glass from the volcano underneath there. The spread of volcanic ash, rocks, and gas will prevent plants from growing and would also kill off all the livestock who will breathe in the harmful volcanic ash. So, it would be bad. So the last main point. Last time Yellowstone erupted, roughly 640,000 years ago, the American continent was devastated. In the past decade, there has been some increased activity at the site, though. Since 2004, the supervolcano has been rising, and in some areas of the park, roads were to be closed after extreme heat rising from below, melting the asphalt on the road. So, yeah. Oh, and here is a picture of that, the melting of the road. So, what if Yellowstone did erupt? What would we do in order to sustain life in our region? Well, if it were to erupt, we would have to immediately start collecting supplies, water, and food that doesn't go bad. We wouldn't be able to use any of our outside crops or anything, and then our animals would die too. So, that's going to be really bad. Because of the hour of the eruption, the ash cloud would eventually reach us. We wouldn't be able to go outside due to the thick layer of ash that will cover everything. We would have to bunker down and just wait for it to pass, which it would be for a very long time for things to get back to normal. Okay, so I've come to my conclusion. So, according to the U.S. Geological Study, an explosion of volcanic winter magnitude doesn't seem likely. Scientists say that the chances of a large-scale eruption at Yellowstone are exceedingly small in the next few thousand years. Yay! In conclusion, Yellowstone is a magnificent geological creature. It has the potential to shatter our whole human existence in just a matter of seconds. But what needs to be recognized here is the all-encompassing delicacy that this massive geologic component has. It's truly a wonder of mystery and miracles, everything that has went into the making of Yellowstone National Park and the churning activity underneath its surface.
Pretty amazing, isn't it?
I have another picture for y'all too. This is the picture of the Yellowstone of Wyoming, and the purple border is the Yellowstone caldera, and then the green border is the older calderas from the past eruptions.
Where would be the best place to be when that happens?
You wouldn't want to be like anywhere in like Wyoming because it would just, in Yellowstone, all that is just gonna. One day it will. They say we're 70,000 years overdue an eruption. I read an article.
Anytime.
So yeah, but then scientists say that it might not erupt for another 10,000 years. So, or it could erupt, like I said, next week. We don't know.
Makes us seem small our time, doesn't it?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Do you have any questions?
What's right below Yellowstone?
A big magma chamber.
No, I mean on the other side of the magma chamber. Who's on the
Oh.
other side of the world from us?
Oh,
In that place, do you know?
I don't know. But I don't know. That's a good
Can we
question.
just drill a hole all the way through it and help relieve the pressure?
Yeah. I don't know. That's a good question. That would solve a lot. But yeah, it's a lot. It really makes you think.
That's fine.
And about how, if that were to ever happen, I hope it never happens in my lifetime. Because, the effects would be so drastic. We wouldn't have, think of how much we use plants and stuff for food and, different things.
Oxygen.
change our climate just by a couple of degrees, but even still. Okay.
Well, thank you, Ms. Lindsay.
Thank you.
We enjoyed your presentation. I learned a few things I did not know.
Okay, now we can get up now.